They just brought out the Pro back in January, but now they have the Ultra, which is bigger and I think better. Is it worth paying the extra $120 for a light? Now, the most interesting thing and different thing about this compared to the other lights is that we have a pixel screen. Now, you may have seen on my channel, I have a whole load of videos in regards to Govee products, so I really know what I'm talking about. So they created this ceiling light and they've called it the Ultra because it has a pixel screen in it, which means you can create all kinds of scenes to match with your mood or what else is in that specific room. And it also works as a normal ceiling light as well. So in the round Govee ceiling light lineup, you got the ceiling light, which is a 12-inch, 2400 lumens. Then you got the Pro, which is a 15-inch, 4300 lumens. Then you got the Ultra, which is a massive 21-inch, 5000 lumens. And if you want to grab any of these, the links are in the description and you can get them directly from Govee themselves or from Amazon. Now, this is a totally new category shift because it's not just about more lumens, it's an entirely new LED matrix design. And before we go any deeper, I want to shout out Govee for sending this product for me to review. Now, back to the Ultra, it's not the fact that this is just a bigger light altogether or it has loads of extra functionality. It is actually heavier as well. So it's a 21-inch diameter, 7.7 centimeters deep, and weighs 4.3 kilograms. So you might want to get someone to help you out when you're trying to install it. Now, it's not just the weight that you have to consider when installing this, it's the fact that you're going to have to drill some additional holes because some of the other lights have been able to screw into your current fitting, but now you have to add some additional holes. So if you are renting your property, be aware of this because if you're putting holes in your ceiling, could be some issues later on down the line. You get everything you need in the kit. You get the ceiling bracket, you get the screws, you get the wall plugs, and you get the electrical connectors. Now, one of the good things about this is that they've added a harness onto this. So once you've got your ceiling mount connected, you can use the harness in the hanging process, which means that you can connect it to the ceiling so it's not going to fall while you're actually doing the electricals. But as I said, get a second person to back you up just in case. So the 5000 lumens is rated to cover a 30 square meter area. Now, down here on the screen are some technical details that you might want to refer to. I'm not going to cover any of that because this is not a super technical channel. This video is more about a review of how you use it in a day-to-day life and how it fits into my environment. So then I can give you my full and honest opinion through my lens. So we got it on now and it's set to 20%, and 20%, to be honest, is a nice level of brightness for this room. Let me just push that up to 100%, and as you can see, it's blowing out all my cameras right now. Now in the bigger space, obviously the light will shine further. So I'll turn it down to 19%, which is comfortable for this room. So you see on the app interface, we got daylight sync, we've got color, scene, illumination, AI, music, share space, finger sketch, DIY, and more. So you've got a whole load of different things that you can be doing in here. Let's start off with the color. In this, we have the option, we can turn off either the ring light, or we can turn off the main light, or we can turn both off, obviously. Okay, so you can go in here and you can select different colors, just like that. And then you got your standards at the top as usual. Then you can create some colorful other mixes in here. This subsection here, so you can go in here and you can turn off or turn on particular areas that you want to change or not change. Select all, unselect, select the middle, and then go in and have that a totally different color. Let's move on from the standard colors and let's look at something more interesting, which is this new function, which is called Day Sync. Day Sync allows you to have the Ceiling Light Ultra to reflect what's going on in your day-to-day. So if you're in the office or if this is at home, you can have it related to the weather outside. You can do all types of things and it will do it automatically for you. So on the screen, you got a home office, so you can have Monday to Friday, how you want the light to work. It will come on and off depending on how you select. So if I click that run now, so I can set that every day it comes on at a certain time and has a certain hue. Okay, it's Tuesday today, so it's going to start with Tuesday, and you can have Wednesday. Then you can take it one step deeper into the app and you can see the fluctuation in the warmth of the light. So in the morning, it starts off warm, then it goes more of a cool white and fluctuates through the day all the way into the evening. So you can get it to set to wake up, breakfast, and whatever you're doing throughout the day. Weather sync, which I think is really cool, so it can relate to whatever's happening in the weather. So right now it's really warm and hot outside, so I've got this more of a warmer shade. If it was cooler, then the light would be a cooler white. Now moving on to what you really came here for and why you would want a light like this, and that is to go to scenes. Now in scenes, we have the usual list of different types of effects that we could have to display, we can just select them from here. So if I select flame right now, so we've got this LED showing of a flame, which is more like, I guess, a candle. So you do have the option to have all types of animations. Me personally, not really for me. I can see where and who might use this. I would say, you know, people that want to have fun or young kids might love these animations, especially animations like spacewalk. If you have young children that are into space, they're gonna love this. Even the Voyager, it's gonna look so cool on their ceiling. Now I'm gonna take you back to my favorites. First of all, we've got this Mona Lisa. I think that looks kind of cool. You know, you could see that from a distance and be like, oh yeah, I know what that is. Now you got things like windmill. I think that's cool. The animation is a very short animation, but it's a consistent same thing anyway. So we've also got greedy snake. So the LEDs is gonna go around and pick up different pixels as it's going. And you can actually go in and you can change the speed. So if it's moving too fast for you, you can slow it down. Okay, so now it's moving much slower. But if you want it more chaotic, you can speed it all the way up. Now this setting isn't there for every animation, but I wish they would add that in there and probably extend the animations, because you're probably getting about 10 frames. Moving on to Vast Cosmos, I really like this one. It just gives you a nice blend of different colors and the animation is nice and smooth. We can go in there, we can change the speed. Okay, I like it really slow and smooth. But then you can go in and you can change the different colors that are matching. So you got different palettes, which you can switch up. We got Cosmic Echoes. Moving back to this Interstellar, okay, going in here. You can't change the speed. The animation is just what it is, but you can change the different types of colors. We got Saturn here. I think this is a cool one. Again, you can go in and you can change the different types of colors that match with that. Then it's not really Saturn, but hey, got this Meteor. Now, as I said before, the animations are really short. Now, I wish this is something that Govee would add, that you're able to extend it. And this one, you can't even slow it down. But when it comes to other devices, like another Govee Pixel device over in the background, you can import longer animations. Now, this isn't something that you can access on here right now, but I'm sure over time, Govee will add that functionality. We got Nebula. As I said, really short animations. I think they need to extend these because it does get a bit too repetitive after a while. Sun flare. Now the rain one I think is really cool because it looks like there's actually rain hitting inside the actual light itself. And you've got heavy rain, so you got some thunder in there, lightning in there I should say. You got thunderstorm. Got Nimbus Strat. You've got sunset glow, which I think is a really nice one. Can match a lot of different spaces. We can go in there and we can change them. So you got more of a pastel type of colors in here. Let's go into sunshine. If you want that type of thing on your ceiling, you can have that as well. Sunny beach, aurora, which I think is really cool. This is a nice one. Now, in addition to the main light, you do have the ring light. So it gives you more of an expansive type of feel. Looking at sunset beach, really cool. So you got that palm tree effect in there as well. Sunrise. Now the rainbow one, I think works really well. It looks like a proper rainbow in the sky. Now the meteorite is probably my favorite out of all of them. Again, you can't slow it down, but you can change the type of colors. And the main color that it comes in, I think does the job really well. Okay, so those are my favorites. If you want to use it as a basic light, you can use it from here. Just select it and you can make it warmer, make it cooler, and you can go in and you can preset them as well. Now within the app, you can select the AI bot. Now I never really found it very useful before. Yes, it enables you to create some scenes just from speaking into existence, your imagination. You can create something very unique. But with this, because it creates images, it does something a little bit different than it does with any of the other lights. So once you click into it, you get the option of speaking to the bot. So let me show you what those three look like, and then I'm going to give you a demonstration on how you can create something brand new. So displaying right now is the Batman sign. Now, as you can see on the app screen, it is animated, so it does animate on the actual light itself. But if you don't want it to be animated, you could just ask for a non-animated image. Moving on to this next one, which is two boxes, which looks, it's all right. You can see what's going on. And then the next one, which is the Batman, which kind of looks cool. Now let me give you an example of how this actually works from scratch. So what we're going to do is press the hold to talk button and then say exactly what we want. Create the Superman sign, not animated. So it takes a while for it to generate, and then once it generates, it's going to give you the option, and then you can put it up on the light. Okay, so there you go. We have the Superman sign on the ceiling, and it's not animated this time. So it's going to stay stationary, and there's not going to be any fluctuation in anything. So it's as simple as that. Say what you want. Within about 20 seconds, it's up there. Okay, and this one I asked for basketball spinning. Now, one thing to be aware of, sometimes it doesn't always fill the whole of the light, but that's something you can probably take the time to create by asking the AI bot to fill all the space. So let's move on from the AI bot to the music settings. So within here, we can select music, and we have a variety of different types of scenes that we can select. Now, one thing to note is that these scenes are only optional when you're picking up the sound from the light itself. So we have 13 different settings from here, but if we go to the mobile phone itself, it's only going to give us some basic settings. So right now, you'll see it's just picking up my voice, but if we play some music, so as you can see, that is really basic. So I wouldn't suggest choosing to use the mobile phone. I would always stick to the device. And if you're playing it with bigger speakers, then you are going to get a more dramatic effect. So let's see what it looks like playing from the actual phone speakers themselves. Now let's play from some speakers in the room much louder.
Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You see, you know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fighter.
Okay, so you're only limited to 12 different settings, but they're useful. Probably not as great as some of the others, but I'm sure over time Govee will add some additionals. The two downsides to this is, one, you're limited to those scenes, and secondly, when using the pickup from your phone, you don't get any of these scenes. Moving on to share space, this is an area where people have actually created some of their own scenes, which you can download and use, which is very useful at times. But from what I've seen so far, there isn't too much in here right now. Next up, you've got finger sketching, so you can sketch out anything that you want on the screen. And then you've got DIY, so if anything that you created, you can save in here. So in the More tab, we get all kinds of things like timers, snapshot lists. So if you create something at a particular time, you can save it as a snapshot. You've got autoplay, so certain things happen or certain times of the day. You can get your light to create different types of scenes with different types of days. So then you've got effects lab, so you can go in and create some other things in there. You've got color slider, you've got a gallery, and you've got random colors. We've also got a gallery collection of all different types of pixel arts that you can choose from and put up on the light. So there are a lot in here. A lot of them, I'm gonna say, are not that great, to be honest. And then you have random colors, which is what it says. Now this next one is for people that have multiple Govee lights in their space and enabling them to all work together. So we have shortcuts in here. So what I've done, I've created my studio space, and in here I've added all of my devices. So you can see all the devices that are in the space right now. And you can go in and you can edit and you can add or take away depending on what you want. Simply, you have a list of different presets that you can use. Just one click of a button and all the lights will correspond. So let's give an example of Glacier. Okay, so now we've got these colors in the background that have changed, and it relates and links to the Ceiling Light Ultra. Now the Ceiling Light adds some additional colors, as you can see, so they all come together really nicely and creates a nice atmosphere. You can also change the brightness for all the devices in one space, and you can get them to react to sounds from here as well. Let's try another one, Starry Night. So on the ceiling light, now you have a scene, and then the other lights relate to it somehow, some way. So if you're thinking about picking up one of these, make sure you use the link in the description, and I will see you in the next video. And so for now, peace.